Welcome everyone to the final installment of the CFM Get Outside web series. It is my pleasure to introduce Kevin Smith. Kevin is a certified interpreter with Missouri State Parks. So with that, Kevin, I'll let you take over.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, everyone can hear me good. I will go ahead and start sharing my screen and we can get started.
Is this good?
This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening and thank you for inviting me to speak on the outdoor recreation activities at Missouri State Parks. My name is Kevin Smith and I am an interpreter with Missouri State Parks. I've been with the Department of Natural Resources for 13 years and the last 6 with State Parks. And I enjoy what I do and have the best job in the world. Let's get started. There are currently 92 state parks and historic sites in the Missouri State Park system, and all are free to visit. There are many outdoor recreational activities that take place at various parks of the state. For example, we have guided cave tours. Missouri has long been known as the cave state with 6,400 plus documented caves in Missouri. There are 4 caves open for public tours in the park system: Rockbridge State Park, Graham Cave State Park, Onondaga Cave, and Ozark Caverns. These sites are open from April to October and offer night cave hikes at some of these locations. We also have tours of historic houses. President Harry S. Truman Birthplace State Historic Site, General Pershing Boyhood Home State Historic Site, Scott Joplin State Historic Site, Thomas Hart Benton Home and Studio State Historic Site, the Felix Valet House, which is in Cape Girardeau, and the Nathan Boone Homestead and Mark Twain Birthplace, just to name a few. These are all historical houses where you can step back in time and experience their surroundings. We also have tours of historic mills: Dillard Mill, Bollinger Mill, and Watkins Wolin Mill, all built in the mid to late 1800s. And you can tour these facilities as well. Some of these locations have limited access for folks that may have mobility issues, so please check mostateparks.com or the Know Before You Go video series for information on these specific sites. We also have covered bridges. Missouri has 4 covered bridges, and which is the most of any state in the country. And Union Covered Bridge, Locust Creek Covered Bridge, and Sandy Creek Bridge are all part of the state park system and are listed in the National Register of Historic Places. If you're in the battlefields, we have Civil War battlefields. Of the 10,500 plus battles that took place during the Civil War, 384 are considered principal battles by the Civil War Sites Advisory Commission. Missouri ranks 3rd with 29 principal battles taking place within the state's borders. Missouri is behind Virginia with 123 and Tennessee with 38. The battles of Lexington, battles of Island Mound, Pilot Knob, Carthage, and Athens are all state parks historic battlefield sites. We also offer canoeing, kayaking, and rafting. There are 21 parks with watercraft related activities in the state park system. There are contracted concessionaires at several parks that rent canoes, kayaks, and rafts. They also offer instructional courses. For more information, please visit mostateparks.com. We also offer fishing. The system has 4 trout parks run in partnership with the Department of Conservation. They are Roaring River, Merrimack, Montauk, and Bennett Springs State Parks. Be sure you have your fishing permit and check the local park for the catch limits. We also offer boating. If boating is your thing, there are 9 parks that have boat ramps for water-related activities. Be sure to check the park office or website for specific details and weather conditions. We offer hiking and backpacking. Missouri has roughly 1,000 miles of trails. The Katy Trail was recently voted #2 Best Recreational Trail in the Country by the USA Today Reader's Choice Awards in April of 2022. Missouri has also been named the best trail state by the American Trails Association in 2013. State parks recently secured an additional 50 miles of the Rock Island Spur. This addition makes the Katy Trail just a few miles short of stretching across the state from end to end. We have horseback riding. There are 16 parks that offer equestrian trails as well as camping sites that can accommodate a horse trailer. At this time, we do not have any horse or equestrian outfitters located at any of our parks. We do have ATV parks. There are 2 ATV parks in the state system, Finger Lakes State Park and St. Joe State Park. These locations do not rent ATVs, and you would need to have your own ATV and proper protection when operating these types of vehicles. We offer camping. Although Missouri State Parks does not charge an entrance fee, there are fees associated when camping. There are also discounts for seniors and military based on verification. Many parks offer 30 and 50 amp camping sites for camping vehicles that require electricity. There are also primitive campsites, rentable pavilions, yurts, cabins, and a few parks have lodges. Our flagship Echo Bluff State Park has a lodge, restaurant, gift shop, luxury cabins, and a herd of wild horses that frequent the park. If you are lucky enough to see these horses, beware. They are wild animals and can be unpredictable. We recommend you do not approach them. Cemeteries. The Sappington African American Cemetery is one of our newer sites. 3 former Missouri governors Marmaduke, Reynolds, and Jackson are all interred at the Sappington Family Cemetery, about 5 miles outside of Arrow Rock, Missouri. Arrow Rock holds the distinction of being the start of the Santa Fe Trail. When the trail reaches Independence, Missouri, the northern branch becomes the Oregon Trail and the southern branch is the Santa Fe Trail. Native American sites. We have Trail of Tears State Park, Illinwick Village, and the Osage Village. These sites mark the locations of larger Native American villages within the state of Missouri. We have a herd of bison at Prairie State Park. The Prairie State Park has a herd of bison. They are free-ranging bison to an extent. There is a large fence that surrounds the park grounds to keep the animals safe. This park offers bison hikes, which are guided tours to view bison at an eye level. There is also a nature center and interpretive programs on wildflowers and, of course, on bison. There are also educational programs on migratory birds, fly tying courses, basket weaving, wildflower scavenger hunts, petroglyph programs, reptile programs, and Kids to Park Day events. There's also night sky watches, owl prowls, as well as seasonal programs for Halloween and Christmas. We have Learn To programs that are designed to teach basic how-to experience for visitors who may want to learn new skills taught by trained professional staff. Everything from camping, hiking, throwing an atlatl, archery, and kayak programs. There are also women-only outdoor experiences. Seniors to Parks programs. We also have Seniors to Parks programs that introduce the outdoors to a more mature audience. Some of the activities include live music, outdoor cooking, and craft programs. I'm not really sure of everything that happens at some of the Women's to Parks programs, as they do not allow me to go. We also have metal detecting. State Parks does allow metal detecting at select locations. A permit is required and can be obtained free of charge. Additional details can be found by visiting moststateparks.com. The newest activity that Parks has added to their list of activities is rappelling and rock climbing. We've recently added these activities and they're available to visitors. There are 5 parks that offer rock climbing and rappelling activities: Elephant Rocks, Johnson Shut-ins, Lake Ozark, Merrimack, and St. Francis. A permit is required, which can be obtained free of charge at the park office and only allowed during specific times and locations. Please check with mostateparks.com for additional details. In conclusion, if you enjoy the outdoors, then Missouri State Parks is for you. Are there any questions?
Thank you so much, Kevin. Sure appreciate you being here, Aaron.